Now let us see how to apply these property in the question. First, these are the elementary operation we have to use in the question. First, interchanging of any two row or column will be written as R1 interchanges to Rj and Rj interchanges to Ri. If Ri and Rj are the any two rows of the given determinant, similarly Ci interchanges to Cj and Cj interchanges to C1. When in the question we are interchanging any two row or column, we will write like this: R1 interchanging to Rj and vice versa. Similarly, Ci interchanges to Cj and vice versa. Then the second is the multiplication of element of any row or column by a non-zero scalar quantity will be written as Ri is operating to k into Ri. If we are multiplying the elements of any row or column by the scalar quantity, then it can be written as Ri. I may be any value of the determinant. It may be the first row, it may be the second, or it may be the third row, because in our question we are having only the determinant of order 3. So Ri is operating to k into Ri, or Ci is operating to k into Ci. Then the third is here the addition of a non-zero scalar multiplication of any row to the corresponding element of the other row. Now it is written as Ri operating to Ri plus k into Rj. It means addition of a non-zero scalar multiplication of any row to the corresponding element of the other row. Ri is operating to Ri plus k times Rj, or Ci column means Ci is operating to Ci plus k into Cj, where I not equal to j. And again it will be more clear in the question when we will apply it. Let us see the questions. Again, 12th class student, I am saying you this exercise is very much tricky, very much important. Always a question of 4 marks or 6 marks will be there in the final exam. Let us see it here the question. The questions are very much interesting, and questions, let's see the question. Without expanding, prove the following determinant vanishes, means 0. First type of question are in the exercise are like this, and this question can be asked in 1 marks question. Without expanding, prove that the following determinant vanishes, means 0. Let us see the question one by one. The question is here, this delta is given, this is a determinant of order 3. We have to prove the value of this determinant is 0 without expanding. Now how to do it here? Let us see here. Now in this question, we can take first column is 3, 5, 7, second column is 1, 2, 4, third column is 6, 10, 4. Now from this third column, we can take 2 common. Every element is a multiple of what? 2. We can take 2 common from the third column. Then it becomes taking 2 common. First column will remain as it is. Second column will remain as it is. When we divide each element by 2. Then it becomes 3. It becomes 5. It becomes 7. Now here 2 columns are identical. So the value of determinant is, therefore the value of that determinant is 0. Let us see the question again. We have to prove that the value of this determinant is 0 without expanding. It means one way or the other way we have to apply the properties. Now this is a determinant of order 3. Now we can easily see that we can, when we take 2 common from the elements of the column third, then 2 columns becomes identical. Then if the 2 columns or 2 rows are identical, then the value of determinant is 0. Let us see another question. Now again here we have to prove that the value of this determinant is 0. Now what type of operation am I applying here? Let us see here. I am applying the operation here. R1 goes to R1 plus R2 plus R3. This type of general operation we are applying in the question. We are operating R1 to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Only the row R1 will change. The row R2 and R3 will remain same. Only that row or column will change in which we are applying the operation. Other rows or column will remain the same. Now what we are applying? R1 goes to R1 plus R2 plus R3. When we are adding the element of these three rows, first element a minus b plus b minus c plus c minus a, all the terms will be cancelled out, it will be 0. Similarly, if we add these three elements b minus c plus c minus a plus a minus b, again all the terms will be cancelled, it will be 0. Then if we add all the elements of this c minus a plus a minus b plus b minus c, all the terms will be cancelled. So all the elements of the first row becomes 0. If the element of any row or column are 0, then the value of determinant is equal to 0. Here we have not applied any expansion. Only by using the property we have proved that this is equal to 0. See the question again. The delta is given to be this. We have to prove the value of this determinant is 0. What operation I am applying here? R1 goes to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So when we are applying this operation, then the element of first row will be changed. First element will become A minus B plus B minus C plus C minus A. Second element of R1 become B minus C plus C minus A plus A minus B. And third element of the first row will become C minus A plus A minus B plus B minus C. When we add them, all the terms will be cancelled out. The element of first row will become 0 and second row and the third row will remain as it is. Now if all the elements of any row or column are 0, then the value of determinant is 0. Simple, this type of operation we have to apply in the questions. Now let us see another question. This delta is given to be this. Again we have to prove that the determinant vanishes means 0. Now we have to given this determinant without expanding. We have to prove that the value of this determinant is 0. It can be clear from the determinant when we add these two columns. When we add these two columns, then by adding C1 to C1 plus C2, it becomes X plus A, it becomes Y plus B, it becomes Z plus C. Again, the second column and the third column will remain the same. When we are operating this operation to C1 to C1 plus C3, then these two column becomes identical. Again, when the two columns of the or two rows are identical, then the value of determinant is equal to 0. These are the question in which we have only proved the value of the determinant become 0 without expanding. Only we are using properties or we are using the operations. Let us see further more questions. Now here let me take the exercise question. We have to prove that the value of this determinant equal to this. Now see how to do it here. Now first we are looking here in the first row A is common, in the second row B is common, in the third row C is common. In generally mathematics, when we are simplifying any algebraic expression, if there is something common, we have to take it out. Now taking A, B, C common from R1, R2 and R3. When we are taking from first row A is common, second row B is common, third row C is common, it becomes minus A, B, C. It becomes A minus B, C. It becomes A, B and minus C. Is it clear first step? Then again in the second step, firstly we have taken the common from the R1, R2 and 3. Then we will look the determinant again. Now in the first column again A is common. In the second column again B is common. In the third column again C is common. We can take it again. Now we are taking common from the C1, C2 and C3. Now it becomes A square, B square, C square. Now we left with minus 1, 1, 1. Second column becomes 1, minus 1, 1. Third column becomes 1, 1, minus 1. It is clear? As in mathematics, we know whenever we have to simplify any algebraic expression, first if there is something common, we have to take it out because this unit is under algebra. Now here, the next here, in generally question, when we are applying the property, firstly we have done the question in which we have not done any expansion. Only we have to prove that the value of determinant is 0. But here we have to prove that this side equal to this side. In this type of question, in the last step, when we are having the maximum number of zeros in any row or column, then we have to expand the determinant in the last step. Now further we are doing the question. In all the question, In the last step, we have to expand by any row which has the maximum number of zeros. Now our aim is in each and every question to become in each and every question you have to get maximum number of zeros by applying the operation in the columns or in the rows. First we have taken common from the rows and then we have taken common from the columns. Now clearly in this, when we are applying R1 to R1 plus R2, then it becomes we are applying the operation in only R1. What operation would you applying? R1 to R1 plus R2. Then it become minus 1 plus 1 0. 1 minus 1 0. 1 plus 1 2. And second row and the third row will remain the same. Now we are having the maximum number of zeros in the first row. Now we can expand it by R1. Now expanding it by R1, this quantity will remain as it is. Expansion by the first row, 0 into something 0, again minus 0 into something 0, plus 2 into 1 minus minus plus 2, 2 into 1 plus 1. So it is what? 2 plus 2 into 2, 4. So it becomes equal to 4a square b square c square equal to right hand side. That we have to prove. See the question again. The question is we have to prove that this determinant is equal to this. We have to simplify this determinant to get our right hand side. Firstly, we have taken common from the first row, second row and the third row. A is common from first, B is common from second, C is common from the third. Then again we are seeing our determinant. Again we can take A common from the first column, B column from the second and C common from the third column. We have taken it. Then our aim in the last is to get the maximum number of zeros in any row or column by adding, by subtracting any rows or the column. Now here when I am operating R1 to R1 plus R2, it will become 0, 0, 2 and other rows will remain the same. When you are having maximum number of zeros in any row or column, then we expand the determinant by that row or column, then expanding it by R1, we are getting our right hand side. Now let us see another question. Now here this type of questions are there in the exercise. Again we have proved that this determinant equal to this. It means we have to factorize it. Now here whenever doing the question using the properties of determinant, sometime we have to bring 1, 1, 1 in any particular row or column because we know 1 minus 1 is 0. But here in the question already we have to given 1, 1, 1 in the first column. Sometimes we have to do it. We have to add rows or column to get the same quantity and all the elements. Then we can take it common and the elements of any row or column becomes 1, 1. But here in our question is starting in the first column we are having the 1, 1 element. Second is ABC. Third is A square, B square, C square. We have to prove it this. Now here you have to keep in mind when we are having 1, 1, 1 in any column, then the operation will be applied in the rows. And when we are having 1, 1, 1 in any row, then the operation will be applied in the column. This thing you have to keep in mind. Now here in this question we are having 1, 1, 1 in the first column, then we are applying the operation in row. And we are applying the operation what? R1 to R1 minus R3 and R2 to R2 minus R3. We are keeping this row constant and subtracting it from row first and from row second. Now see it again, R1 to R1 minus R3 and R2 to R2 minus R3. It means the element of the first row are subtracting from the element of the third row and element of the second row is also subtracting from the element of the third row. We are writing this operation. Now here when R1 minus R3, it means 1 minus 1, 0. A minus C like this, then A square minus C square. Then similarly when operating R2 to R2 minus R3, again 1 minus, now we have to subtract R2 minus R3. Now the corresponding element will be subtracted. 1 minus 1, 0. B minus C like this, then B square minus C square. And the third row will remain as it is. Is it clear? Now again we have getting the maximum number of zeros in first column, but on the other hand we are saying we can simplify our second column and the third column also by factorization. Now here a square minus c square can be written as a plus c into a minus c using the identity. B square minus c square can be written as b plus c into b minus c, and the third row will remain as it is. Now let us see here. Again in the first row a minus c is common. Here is 0, here is a minus c, here is a plus c and a minus c. Clearly from the first row a minus c is common. We can take it out, and from the second row again b minus c is common. We can take it out, and moreover on our right hand side we are having these factors. Clearly from the right hand side we can get the idea what operation we have to apply. Now it becomes, when we are taking a minus c common, then it becomes 0, 1, a plus c. From the second row when you take b minus c common, it becomes 0, 1, b plus c. Third row will remain as it is. Now again here on the right hand side we are having three factors, a minus b, b minus c, c minus c. Here we are having factor a minus c, b minus c. We don't have a minus b. Again let us see. When we subtract these two elements, we are getting what? A minus b. We are getting what here? A minus b. Now the next operation I am applying here, operating R1 to R1 minus R2. Operating R1 to R1 minus R2 get A minus B. Then it becomes A minus C, B minus C as it is. Every time you have to write these quantities. Then operating R1 to R1 minus R2. Now 0 minus 0, 0. 1 minus 1, 0. A plus C minus B minus C, it becomes A minus B. And the second row and the third row will remain as it is. Now again in the first row, A minus B is common because these are the 0. So again A minus B is common from the first row. We can take it out. It becomes A minus B, B minus C, A minus C. We left with here 0, 0, 1. Again second row and the third row will remain as it is. Now it is totally simplified. Maximum we have to do the simplify that we can do in the determinant. Otherwise we can also expand it from this, but it is not the proper simplified. Maximum expression you have to simplify in each and every question. How much we can simplify. Now it cannot be further simplified. Now we can expand it by what? R1, A minus B, B minus C, A minus C as it is. Expanding it by R1, 0 into something, 0. Again minus 0 into something, 0. Plus 1 into 0 into C, 0 minus C. So it becomes what? Minus 1. Now it is what? 0 minus 0 minus 1. This, due to this minus 1, we can change the sign of this expression A minus C. It becomes C minus A. So our determinant is equal to A minus B, B minus C into C minus A, and it is our what? Right hand side. Let us see this question again. Simple. The question is here, the main point is, if in any column we are having 1, 1, 1, then you have to keep in mind, if in the column we are having 1, 1, we have to apply the operation in rows. If we are having 1, 1, 1 in any row, we have to apply the operation in column. This you have to keep in mind. In many questions we have to apply it. Now operating now as in the column we are having 1, 1, 1. Operating R1 to R1 minus R3 and R2 to R2 minus R3. You should keep this operation in your mind. Then operating this, these two rows become this. Again we are taking A minus C common from here and B minus C common from the second row. We can take it out like this. Is it clear? Now we are having the maximum number of zeros in the first column. But further we can simplify this determinant by what? Operating R1 to R1 minus R2. So we are getting the third factor A minus B when we are applying this operation R1 to R1 minus R2. Then it becomes 0, 1 minus 1, 0. A plus C minus B minus C, again A minus B. Second row, third row will remain the same. Then we can take A minus B common from the first row. We'll write like this. Now this determinant has been simplified maximum. Further we cannot simplify it, so we have expanded by R1 and getting our right hand side. This is all about today question. Tomorrow I will see some more question from this very exercise 4.2.